You can call me one. Thank you so much. And all that's that. You are.
Here we go.
Ready over there?
Yes, sir.
Well, I asked the interim clerk to call the roll, please stop.
Yes, sir. Molly Angevine,
Here.
Alex Bissett,
Here.
Dan Gritsko,
Here.
Bill Hyson, Walter Townsend,
Here.
Roger Whitley.
Here.
Thank you.
So let's stand up. Pledge allegiance to the
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item of business is, what's our newest council member, Molly Angevine.
Hi, everybody.
We took the oath of office this morning and presented the appropriate documents to now that she is on the now the councilman. So what we have to do is she will be head of the chairman of the planning commission. She will take her presentation to that body and then we get a things on the motion and second and take through this motion of the plan.
Mr. Smith, just one quick thing before you do that. Alright. Just to say, I'm sure you're all play welcome, so.
Thanks.
Now,
That's symbolic. I appreciate that.
well, so welcome and now. Bar, you're traveling with the list.
I'm all right. But in what way that will be a.
That's right. You bring your own. All the welcome to the board, back to you, Mr.
Okay, we will hear a motion to accept Ms. Manny Fives or
Do you want to, should we explain those who why that has to happen? No.
Actually, she should resign from her planning commission position first.
Acceptance of
And then
resignation.
accept the, anyway.
Yep.
Wasn't that what you were doing, Mr. Mayor?
Yep.
The agenda says acceptance of resignation.
Yep. Perfect.
So we can't accept it unless we vote to accept.
Yep. Motion made.
I need a motion to accept the resignation.
So moved.
Is there a
Thank
second?
you.
Second.
Any discussion?
I'm confused, Mr. Mayor, so about this. So to my understanding, all that she needs to resign from will be the chair. We will have.
Mr. She's resigning from the planning commission. Okay, so that's her.
Sure.
Mr. Mayor has talked to me about another possible role with the planning commission.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
Move to second, any further discussion?
I'll just say this, as chair, I just want to say thank you for what you've done, Chair. I really appreciate it, having been on the commission too. I appreciate your work and some of the planning commissioners here, thank you for that role. Fortunately, can't hold it now that you're something else over here, those rules that we have, but thank you for what you did.
But there was discussion, like they were saying, about, and then again, that time did the so that, I would support that, because you been very involved in the comprehensive plan, and you know, get it done. So, but that's the thing that,
We've got something else in mind for Dan. Chief already briefly talked about that, is appropriate time. So it's been moved and seconded and discussed, is there any other discussion? We'll ask the clerk to just call for the voice vote.
Molly Angevine.
she doesn't go.
Oh, so she abstains, right?
No, yes, she does.
Oh, she doesn't vote
She does.
or does vote?
I see.
Abstain. Okay, Alex Bissett. Dan Gritsko.
Yes.
Bill Heisen. Walter Townsend
Yeah.
and Roger Whitley.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think, that's. Agenda item is a motion to approve the agenda as presented or as modified. That's sort of all in the consent agenda.
Mhm.
You haven't. You can't present it as modified, you can't approve it as, on the agenda as modified, as
So here, just, sorry to interrupt you. You know, there's an old saying, we're not on the same page. We're not on the same page, you have different agendas, like.
this is what I was given.
Oh, this afternoon earlier. Sorry.
Just to make sure everybody knows which one do we want?
It's the right one. He's fine now.
Oh, this is the right one.
Okay.
Sorry about that, sorry to interrupt you, I didn't notice we were on a different page.
Which one is the right one?
It's under your computer. You're welcome. Yeah, the mayor just came in earlier. Yeah. Now he's good to go.
Well, the clerk works forward, yeah, like you did all of us, so we don't want to do that again.
Nope.
Okay. Mr. Payne is serving as vice mayor, so we do not have a vice mayor at the moment, so we need to take a minute or two to, nominate a new vice mayor and our annual meeting in January, so we can make another thing. So then probably the right to nominate anyone for the office of the vice mayor, he's also president of the council for the next month.
Nominate Alex.
Second that.
And with respect to any other,
Oh.
nomination.
Walter Townsend. Or Danvers.
Besides, it should be
Sick of it.
set up, don't be fun, very.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I think we had to take it one at a time. So the first motion made was nominated, Alex as, the vice mayor for the remainder of the year until January, when we have our annual meeting. Is there a second on that one?
I think we have
I
silence.
second.
We have a second.
Oh, yeah, it's Molly.
Okay, is there any discussion?
Let's try it out.
Oh, that's true, the commitment is huge.
Yes.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Wow.
We ask you to do is, if we're, Elizabeth, we're gonna go back to the bank again. The training saying all the accounts and decide checks, and we can just, so we that'll be great.
Thank you so much.
Way to go. Next.
And here's another one about
There you go.
and as I said before, I don't think we can prove the agenda as presented or modified. I think that's unless there's no, we have to consent agenda.
Right.
And customarily, unless it's something, hot item issue that's come up in just the work session, we approve the consent agenda. Which is the work session minutes for June, September, and October, and the approval of the new emergency services committee.
I apologize, I do have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the significance of that? The agenda is a what kind of agenda?
Called the consent agenda, is things that we really don't, we've already pretty much decided we're gonna have to vote on, but those are ways the council's time, and we're back over it again.
Mhm.
And they consistent minutes of those of the previous meetings.
I got you. I understand that. Is there anything of substance that you will be reading through?
Well, the council person should have received the work session minutes from those dates and had the opportunity to look over them before we approve. So that, is one reason that on this with the, page with the council member will review minutes and find an error. You need to correct that error.
Obviously, I wasn't,
Yeah,
so that doesn't pertain to me, but I understand what you're saying.
thanks you for your own.
Mhm.
Okay.
These are the names next year.
I just meant something of substance, but if that's all there is, that's great. Thank you.
Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? So,
Second.
and all in favor discussion. All in favor? This next topic is public hearing, you don't have any public hearings tonight, but you do have comments from the public, so we'll open the floor up to any members of the audience who would like to, speak. Come forward, the podium, state your name and whatever you want in mind.
You had mentioned to me that you were interested in speaking. Would you like to do that?
Yes.
Come on up here, Bob.
Oh, I thought it was at the end.
Oh, now's the time.
According to that, it said public comments right at the end. Hi, my name's Bob Abbott. Let me adjust this so you can hear me. I live in Howardsville, Virginia. Some of you know me. Some of you may have noticed that I'm not in town much, not around much. But my license plate number is CAPBOB, Captain Bob, because that'll come up in court. I'm here to discuss the flock cameras. You have 3 in the town of Scottsville, well, 2 within town limits, 3 in the town of Scottsville, We're County, Scott Mining property. And over by my house, there's another one pointing at the bridge. I'm not sure how familiar y'all are with Flock, the corporation, with Flock cameras, or with the news in the last 60 days, particularly the research being done by scientists, hackers, and others. But I figured since I'm probably in the know, because of my world that I live in, that you guys aren't in the know, that I would go ahead and let you know what I know. And so you know, my objective is I want them removed. And I'm going to try my damnedest in less than 3 minutes to encourage you and motivate you to remove them. And I'm going to do that through the lies that Flock has said, through violence, and through money. Because it's perfect. That's really what's going to do it. If you haven't been paying attention, those Flock cameras, absolutely insecure. Flock will tell you that they're completely hack-proof. I can go out there in 8 minutes, have complete full access to everything that camera has ever seen. Oh, if I can't get through the WPA2 wireless security that they have, a security protocol that's over 20 years old, which has been known to be broken several times, there's a button on the back I can push in a particular sequence that will give me root access. That was released on YouTube yesterday. And everything that I'm presenting to you, I'm more than happy to present to the council in writing and let y'all do the research. I'm just here to give you the information and hopefully promote the conversation. I don't like surveillance states. I may or may not understand them a little bit better than most of you, since I worked for Air Force ISR and military intelligence surveillance reconnaissance for over 10 years. And I used to be the director of training for Palantir Corporation when I first moved here. They weren't so evil back then. So I can hack that thing. Other people have hacked that thing. If you look, Guardian newspaper has hacked it. They said the slowest thing was waiting 5 seconds for the Bluetooth to connect. It's ridiculous how insecure they are. Flock also tells you all the images are encrypted. No, they aren't. That's been proven. Flock also tells you it only takes pictures of license plate. No, it's not. That's not only been proven by the scientists. It's also been proven by a Colorado TikTok YouTube video that went viral last month with a Aurora County police officer, very much in the wrong, at someone's doorstep with a Ring doorbell, stating, "I know it was you. I have a picture of you from the Flock camera." So those are lies. Let's get to the violence and money, shall we? Now, I know that Scottsville is an absolute bastion of domestic harmony and bliss. But if somebody had a restraining order, and they had the ability with some very simple knowledge on GitHub, and if you don't know what GitHub is, I definitely need to send you some links, or YouTube, can hack it and create an entire pattern of life of someone based on their license plates as they drive around anywhere crossing this river on either bridge, that should be a cause of concern for domestic abuse cases. That should be a cause of concern, quite bluntly, for our damn police officers, because it tracks them too. And if the violence and the lies don't get it, let's talk about the money. The millions of dollars that have been paid, not by Flock, but by town councils and governments, when people have had their civil rights wrongfully violated by a failure of OCR, optical character recognition. Now, you may trust AI as really accurate, but my wife is a game designer for VR headwear, and she knows a lot about AI. It's not accurate, and that's what it's using to determine the license plate. Now, if the license plate has no mud, it's going to be a clean shot. Oh, it's hunting season. So those lawsuits, $1.7 million last year for a family in Colorado in 2020 that was held at gunpoint by police officers because they were deemed to be in a stolen vehicle, according to Flock. Now, if you haven't read the contract that y'all have with Flock, you need to read it, because that is absolutely ironclad, they ain't responsible. You guys pay it. And if you guys got 1.7 million in the bank, rock on. You guys are doing great. But if you don't, maybe don't trust when someone from the government says, "We're here to help and we're going to give you these things for free." Oh, and it's a startup from a tech company, because quite frankly, that's how I ended up at Palantir. And we know how that all ended up. I only have 3 minutes. That's been about 3. If you have any questions, if I'm allowed to, I'll answer them according to the rules. But otherwise, y'all can always email me and get a hold of me. And this is all Molly's fault, because I had a conversation with her when I was basically stealing her sandwich at lunch today. That's how small this town is.
It is.
My sandwich ended up bacon on it either. I think I stole yours. Sorry. Any questions?
All I was gonna say is, I know from past experience, Bob has vast knowledge in things like.
I am not an expert in any way, but I can give you,
Most of us,
I can give you the experts.
you did the wireless from town, and you had a thing over it's
That is fixed, yeah.
Yeah, so, what I think would be a good idea is, I basically agree with all that you said, as well as other meetings like too. Like, could you kind of make a report and put it in black and white so we?
John Gaines has already done that. If you just want to write down the last name Gaines, Gaines. The Gaines Exchange pushed out a white paper last month
Okay.
that is very detailed. It is very in the weeds, super technical.
So let us put this on our session agenda for December, we can start talking about it. And that time, we must go to the gaming side, we're gonna have the opportunity to do that, read what that says. And then we look on, have you again at the open house meeting, discussing questions.
Probably the best by that time would be via email or Zoom, since I know some of you know that my plans is to move. Then I would not be available at that time. However, again, my goal is just to bring awareness to y'all about the lies and potential for violence and money issue, because y'all have to make those determinations. I have a few friends in this area with restraining orders. it bothers me that I can go sit at the tavern and have lunch, pull out my laptop, an Asus, very cheap. And in 10 minutes with a brute force attack, gain access to that one. Not that I did that, because that would be completely illegal.
Mhm.
So of course I didn't.
Did you make sure that the town office has her contact?
She's gonna try to get me to buy her a sandwich that I stole earlier today. Absolutely. And if not, I'll let
Thank you so
know.
much,
I believe
Mr. Abbott.
Alex had my contact information, even though he never texted me back. Anything else?
I'm not sure if you put it wrong, Brady.
We did send up the links to the town, sure that.
Absolutely.
We gotta get prepared for that.
It's my opinion that if y'all and the town, the actual residents of the town, knew exactly what those things on those poles are doing, the town would burn them down. Not me though, because I live in the woods, so I'm happy now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Abbott.
Thank you for all that.
Thanks.
Very good, cheers.
Any other members of the audience wish to speak?
I'm gonna say one thing, I just wanna second.
I
am
Yes.
Francisco, I know most of you, I believe. And as many of you know, Peter Francisco is my husband, and he has actually been very heavily involved in cybersecurity. I have a lot of friends that are very involved in cybersecurity, I can't claim to know a ton, but I do know everything he said is a very serious issue, and I really just also push this forward to be addressed by all of you, because I do think we should be looking at remote them as soon as possible. So, thank you for sure.
Sorry, what was your first name?
Heather.
Heather, and your last name is Francisco?
Yeah, Francis.
Awesome, thank you.
So Cheryl's see, and I'm meeting with you.
Yeah.
So you guys think that's a trend in the state, and once we get it to, have it on, it's gonna put out here, eventually.
Yep. Thank you.
Any other public, yes, Bob?
I apologize for forgetting an addendum that you reminded me. Another point of import is that the town of Aurora was found 2 months ago. You can track all their police cars by hacking into the flock. So possibly the emergency services would like to do that as well. I understand that VSP provided them for free, but I don't think VSP knows that we
What the
can
danger.
watch the names of the officers drive around town in real time. So my apologies for forgetting that. No, it's ArcMap. It's ArcGIS. Is how you view it.
Oh, aren't you? So.
Thank you so much.
Stand outside and look for them.
Okay, we have a question for you. The block cameras, will that in any way be associated or related to the stuff that we see on the interstate, the cameras where they monitor the traffic? You know what I'm talking
No,
about?
the cameras up on the, or VDOT cameras, they're owned by VDOT.
But that
The
was
block cameras y'all don't own, that's owned by a third party startup corporation. And well, we won't get into that, who they exactly are, but they're owned by Flock. So if you tell Flock no, they come and pick them up and take them. Generally speaking, what historically has been with different towns with this grant program that they do, you get it for 3 to 5 years for free, and then each camera is $3,000 cheap.
Okay, next item on is. And whatever business, emergency services, committee, the committee we established last month. We'll talk about establishing and the town has had disaster preparedness plan, but things change from time to time, and they haven't probably haven't been updated for a while, so with the help of our fire department and our police department and the towns will be on the stage for this Mr. Walker from the Chamber of Commerce, and there was who's the fifth person?
Yeah.
Alright. But what we need to do is, all of you were here for that meeting, that session, what we need to do is, talk about limit another motion, select the discussion and put it in play. So would anybody like to lead off just on the general discussion of this debate? And
I was encouraged by what I heard. I was not the creator of it, but it sounded a good space steps, we bring together resources that need to be brought together, but sounds like a good idea.
So in a nutshell, this whole thing is to, go into town district, police department and the fire and the core services together, keep everybody on one page. And everything interesting. We do have a question about Chief Berkeley, the fire department, maybe ladies know better, whatever.
I have a question. Is this different from the emergency preparedness?
This true, we just wanted back to, we had already had parts of pertaining to emergency situations and that. They always having enough ways to do it. So this is a group of professionals that are putting, that look over all these plans and proposals that we have for emergencies. And come up with an updated version of the plan for each type of emergency like this.
So you're not saying that there would be anything new added, it's all just a revamp of what has.
It's more of a question. This committee will be more effective, there'll be
There it is.
discussion. Information cannot be certain to cover. More internal stuff. There is, with emergency operations, it can't be made to the public. But the police department has procedures they need to do, they can't tell the public everything to do.
Right.
Follows the same way,
Okay,
so.
I'm just really in favor of more transparency, and this just sounds like a behind closed doors kind of thing. Is that right?
So what, those serve to tell, what was here?
So there's nothing that's not transparent about the entire committee. There are things that the police department will work on, the fire department will work on for plans such as an example, when we set up for the parade, we do not post where the command post is going to be
No.
because of potential terrorist attack.
Oh,
So those kinds of things wouldn't be. The other part of it that we are going to be working on outside of developing, that's not the right word, to revamp and redefine the current emergency operations plan to an all-encompassing plan. Right now, the plan really tends to lead towards flooding events. It started with manufacturer, the left, and then we've kind of worked on it since then. Javier was working with the fire department, and then he left, and now it kind of stepped it a little bit, and it's fun to feel to go where we've got the plan, we'll put this committee together, update that plan, add it as an more of an all-encompassing plan, and then we want to start when we have events downtown, like the Halloween event, the Halloween events, those kind of things will be incorporated into it so that police fire is on the same page. The town will notify where things are gonna be, how we're gonna operate the day. In the event of a major gas leak, fire, who we talk to, how we get information out to not only council and the mayor, but also to media. And then we want to start adding in programs such as the smoke detector program that we offer, anything the TV does that is community based that it could go out to. And then when there are the burn bans, when there's February fire laws that come into place, town really doesn't have a whole lot when it comes to us being able to enforce open fires within the town. So those are things that we can work on and put inside. So that's what that committee is being put together. We also want to work with our emergency coordinators in Fluent, Buckingham and Albemarle to make sure that we're going in the right direction of plans. And that when there are major events, I say flooding event or derailment, whatever, we got those county coming in and there's already something in place that everybody falls into.
I found that, it was very focused on the levee and the floods and all that kind of stuff, which is super important. We don't wanna have to deal with that, but, when it came to like, we have a siren here. If you all set that siren off, does anybody know what to do when they hear that?
I would assume, and assuming as part of this plan is so old, most of the people, I think, older, I hate to put us in that category, but the older group of the town does know what that siren is. Probably the new people that have moved to the town in the last 5 or 6 years may not know what that siren is. That's the graduation siren.
I moved here about 8 years ago and I've never heard it, but people are aware that we have it.
Yeah. And we offer trainings and stuff with trying to get people to become pump operators. It is part of that process, but we barely get anybody to come participate in those.
Well, that was just, I mean, I can certainly talk to you all another time. I just was curious, how that was different, but it sounds new.
I think I'm listening.
No, I'm glad that, one of the questions been asked is not a lot of, if you have access, the police and
Yeah.
fire, so it's just not internal to.
Yeah.
Scottsville's got the moment, because that was one of the issues the last time. There's no coordination with the fire department and police and
Yeah.
my volunteers, and it's kind of dysfunctional.
Yes,
This sounds so much more professional.
thank you.
Great.
But we always know what these trains are all about.
Yeah.
It's not just cold and it's.
You'd be surprised what goes through the town at night.
Sure.
Well, I go ahead and with the motion to, bring it, being, which way, okay, so it's like, and there's been further discussion.
Well, the only thing is.
Alex.
Alex,
is that seconded? Yeah.
Occasionally, they need this work, that's what's going on, especially at the beginning, so what's going on.
I think, since the chief is nice enough, to attend our work sessions, and council member, council leader again.
So the leader.
And so, we're gonna try to keep y'all more,
Yeah.
more informed.
Yeah.
But we do have some work.
Virginia law.
Yeah.
To do work, to have
Right.
this type of committee.
All right, I'm going to second and discuss.
You wanna mention?
We have a roll call, please.
Oh, yes, sir. Molly Angevine,
Yes.
Alex Bissett,
Yes.
Dan Gritsko,
Yes.
Bill Heisen, Walter Townsend,
Good.
Roger Whitley.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, staff, want to talk about that.
Do you approve them?
Staff summary of minutes. What the staff have to say about minutes.
We would really like you to approve the 3 sets that we turned in. That's what we're saying. Right?
Yes. These were minutes that were presented, I think a month and a half ago and then we
And then we
talked
emailed.
about
yeah.
them, on the work session, and I know, Bill, you had,
Made
were
some
gracious enough to edit some.
minor, yeah, but so
No, he was actually gone.
he was absent.
He was absent.
So that's it. That's it.
That's it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, brief report, I don't have anything new to add, other than this, we have a, chamber meeting the morning after our work session last week, and we were pretty much, up to date on where we need to be for holiday happenings. Things have all in the place, Kathy, you have anything you want to add?
No, I think the planning of holiday happenings is going well. Everything's running smoothly at this point anyway.
Mhm.
And it should be fun. Well, it'll be a lot bigger this year.
Your full day's worth of activity, that's for sure.
Do what?
Full day's worth of activity.
Yeah, both at Canal Basin and the pavilion as usual, but a lot of kids' activities. Hopefully it'll keep people in town more this year.
Thank you.
That's good. All right, after time, the administrator, you have anything you want to tell us about?
So I've copied you all on a couple emails, that I've received just this week, mostly about, bills that we need to pay. And, I was able to, reach out to, I think it was the insurance company, and that was for a 2024, May 2024 bill. And I had questioned if it was first valid. I didn't know if it was phishing or spam or something like that. So I called them, and then I also emailed them and asked them after 18 months, why were we getting this? And they responded that they had been sending this bill every month for 18 months. So anyway, I'll be getting to the bottom of that probably, hopefully this week sometime. I finally got, I've been telling you all about the accounting firm that's been working on the QuickBooks. So right before I walked in, they actually gave me a document. I tried to print it out so you all can see it, but I'll have to just send it to you electronically. But some of the things that caught my eye, there's accounts receivable that most likely may need to be written off because they extend beyond the 5-year collection point. And most of those were food collection taxes. Meals taxes, thank you.
Very welcome.
And what else? Still working on trying to put everything together, but I did come across a document that I found in the LGIP folder, which is, I believe, part of the Caldwell Fund. And I'm assuming that sometime when Javier was the town administrator, they came up with a consent or had talked to town council about the process of getting money from or using money from that fund. And I would like to revisit that the next work session because one of the other bills that I sent today was from the company, engineering company that did the wetland or the levee work down at the tire plant back in 2023, I believe. Timmons Group, thank you.
Timmons Group.
And so they're asking for their payment on that as well. So I went back through emails and found that Melody had indicated that it was only, I think, 18,000 that we owed, but every other document that I received that I was able to find from Timmons indicated it was $31,000. And that was part of a grant apparently, but the paperwork was not submitted to Department of Conservation and Recreation to receive the grant money from them. So because by the time I came in July, I think that statement had already been past due for several months. So I will endeavor to get that done, but I think again in work session, but I think that we should consider paying that bill and then going after the money from DCR and asking them to pay us for that.
You didn't find any like partial payments or anything like that, it just was used or whatever.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you're asking.
I know exactly.
Okay.
If one accountant said 18,000, then now it's 31,000. I'm just wondering where that difference might have come from.
I do not know. I asked him for that to clarify that. I mean, it's substantial difference. But that's a lot of the reason why I've been working with this company that is going through the Quicken, the books to bring up these items that.
So did Timmons provide you with detailed?
That was just done today.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'll let you all know.
By the next work session.
Yes. And that is all that I have.
Thank you.
So we skip one here, one of the conditions. I put it from about the board, committees and updates and stuff on. One of the things that's been brought my attention by, not by other members, but constituents is kind of Scottsville, is that the town council, in some ways, we do have a procedure we follow, and sometimes, some decisions made by the town council seem to take a little bit longer than necessary. And, if I may, if, you know, if we, I just want to go ahead and go this out there, just that way, it's good to try to get things moving on. Um, talk about, I'm spending now, there's an opening in the planning commission for the liaison. If I'm allowed to, I would like to get a better motion. We could, appoint, make a motion for a new town council, be the liaison for the planning commission. She has had some training and some additional work to do that. I don't think it would be an issue, and then with Council Victor stepping on, maybe we could help, alleviate, some of the workload off the Council Heights and maybe take over the Parks and Rec or whatever. If it's okay, can we make a motion and have that stuff, that's done to move on? Yeah, we can go ahead and.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That way, if we go to the next work session, the next thing you know, the next year before. Make a motion to.
First of all, has he designed, have you designed, officially designed?
I haven't done anything.
That was Yes, that's my first thing.
At work session, you had,
Yeah, but yes.
so it was brought up,
It's to do it.
Council Hagerbine does have some, additional training on the plan commission.
I
No.
know.
But
I'm happy to.
I'm not asking for guidance, I was under the impression.
No, I'm more than happy to, I just haven't officially done it, but I all right, saying, so.
That is tough.
We're just voting.
Make your motion to,
Sure.
make a motion to appoint Molly as the replacement for Scottsville.
So you.
I'm not all for expediency, but, when we spoke, Mr. Mayor, you had said, think about it. I was not prepared to have this kind of go forward.
Well, that's great. That's it. Postpone, so we're good.
Yeah, I was not ready for that. I could certainly tell you all think about it, but that's where we were with that. I'm sorry, I really think that
Well,
expediency is.
I was under the impression that you were the planning commission chair, but it would not, it would be a small adjustment from where you are now.
It's an extra meeting every month. And so, you know, really, I'm not trying to put something in the middle of this, but I think it's important that I figure out what we're all doing.
What you want. I agree.
Yeah. So I'm
The
sorry.
question I have is, so we can do one, consider a vice chair, and who's replacing you as chair? Is it automatic, or we've got an elect somebody again, yes, but do you have that?
Yes,
Who's that?
Nancy Gill, I've asked her, she has not officially said, okay.
So she's been voted in as.
She has been asked
Oh, but
if she would be willing to. My vice chair is fantastic, Dr. Kerrigan.
Okay,
She is equal to any task, but she hasn't had as much experience. And Ms. Gill has been working with us, you know, trying to help with the administration of it all and all of that. So I asked her if she would. She's not paying any attention to us. In fact, I think she's sleeping.
but I think that would be the first thing you do at the time. To do that.
Yeah.
As a group, that, you know.
Yeah, we have not.
That they have to vote, they can pick their own chair.
Yeah,
Do that first.
and we need a special meeting to kind of move things forward. We can do that. We know where your head is. But anyway, that's where I am with that.
Sounds fine, so, at the moment, I'm happy to serve whatever's decided.
I know.
Here's
Well, this
if
kind of
you
gets-
want it. Here's if you want.
No, I am very willing to do it. I just want to make sure I have to watch out for my schedule as well. We're not full-time, we're volunteers. We have other full-time commitments, so I have to look at that and just make sure I feel good about committing to that.
Right.
So, thank you.
Let's hold this on to December.
Regardless, I think we need to post a simple position available.
Yeah,
That needs to be posted.
need to get the word out if there is a opening on the planning commission.
Mhm.
We also have videos for people who are involved, who would like to maybe join. So the planning commission will put forth.
No, they don't need to be involved at all, just get the town, that's, and we're fully involved, they don't have to do anything.
Okay, I didn't get the memo
Yeah.
on making
That's
that.
where it looks, that's where it's super.
I'm sorry,
Well, now,
where does it say that's the way it works?
well, with the planning commission, so all the commissioners are appointed by the town council
Absolutely.
only.
Absolutely,
But-
as long as I've been here, it's
Yeah.
always been our recommendation. We don't have anything to do with the decision.
I don't even need recommend. Put it in school.
Well, not Bill, in disagreement with you, what we talked about last time as a town council was planning commission and will continue to make recommendations, and then the council,
We never voted on that. That's not.
and the council will then decide, it's, that you get talked about.
This
That's not,
really,
that's not part of it.
this has been a big transition for everybody. We're having, things that are coming through that are new and we didn't know, and we're trying to conform to all of that. This is one of them where I am saying, it's kind of like when Alex Bissett did become the vice mayor the last time. We had always had the person with most votes for town council would be the vice mayor. That's always been in place, but everybody keeps saying, oh, we don't have to worry about that. I just think that we need to be consistent.
We gotta just follow the rules. State rules.
Okay, send me that.
It's in the charter.
What's next, Mr. Mayor?
So do things like they are and all better, good and decent. Anybody, any committee, people have anything they want to report on that we did not report on, that looks to be.
Yes. So the ARB's decision from council, I believe, is how code is currently written. Or at least acknowledgement has been addressed. I don't know how you guys want to do that, if you want to do a roll call vote, but there was a citizen that came in, I think pretty much out of courtesy. It's a new build on Kevin Cook's property where we approved his 3 tiny homes. This homeowner's not gonna do that. And it's new construction, so the ARB doesn't have much to say about it. Just strange because that's the fun. I think we just kind of need approval from town council and the ARB go to, or wanted you guys to know if we think it's a good idea and plans are very nice. I think it would be a good addition.
This is the situation where she came in front of you because that was needed to accept her plans in the historic district.
You probably, there's a, yes.
Mhm.
She's,
Coaching them.
okay, and so why would town council have to read that?
There's some code.
We have special use, we offer special use on that property, and I think that you're saying the landowner wants to drop it.
Mhm.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and because-
Well, that's a separate thing. I mean, this is just from the ARBD. We have a new, an old code that hopefully will get straightened out.
All that. I just was curious because it sounded like she came to you for just because that was.
Well, we're the ARB,
What
my
to
point
do
is,
in historical district.
generally, yes,
Mhm.
When you said.
we didn't have as much to
Yes.
say about it,
Yeah.
as much to be involved with, because it's new construction, is my point.
Yeah.
So it's not, I don't know if there's much to,
So what does
if the board said we
It
don't
doesn't have
want
to
the
be
house, I don't know if there's
notified.
much to enforce. That,
Right.
but either way, if we like it, and we need either a vote or an acknowledgement.
Did planning commission need to do anything with this?
I think because there was no special use permit involved at that time,
Jump over to-
then yes, then it went to ARB, and then by the existing charter and the ordinance that we have, it specifies in there that once a project is brought before ARB,
Then you.
that technically we are supposed, or the ARB tells town council about the project. And it's they can, it doesn't, in that ordinance, it doesn't say exactly how to tell you or what is involved after telling you, but it gives town council the opportunity, if they want to, hear about it or whatever, that at that point is when you would bring it up. Or the town council would bring it up and say, yeah, I want to hear about that or whatever.
Would we at this, like at this time tonight, be able to vote on it, or do we have to wait?
Well,
I think it's ready
we can
to,
vote on it, or we can just, I don't know, voting seems like the most correct.
Yeah.
But
Okay, thank you, I'm just asking questions.
I thought you had Alex.
but the ARB, then we should have a document, a certificate of appropriateness document that has a signature for, I guess, Josh at the bottom, and we stamp it in here that we've received it, and then I send out a letter saying everything's okay. Because that project, they still have to meet setback requirements and, whatever other restrictions are that may be applicable.
So no,
Sean, speaking correctly, ARB recommended to the town, the council votes on it. Anything in the future, whatever, come back to the council, the ARB will completely, put the word out, completely technified.
Well,
Protected.
Because you just,
I think it's just the way that, I think the business is, it's different than how we've done it for the whole time I've been on here, but. In keeping with the code, I think just, we need to have informed, from the board's perspective, to have informed council of our intent to approve.
mhm.
And then I think that's where the voting gets weird, I think that. You guys have to just kind of go, yeah, or maybe just acknowledge that you've heard it, I don't know exactly, so I think that. Until we know, if Jim was here, you'd probably answer, but. I think a vote would be.
Right. And the clock starts ticking too. If you all decide, hey, you know what? I don't think I want to hear more about that, or I don't like the idea or whatever. Then as a body, if someone has 30 days to contend it, or someone actually as a citizen can contend it.
Which actually turned out.
You have to count, yeah.
From the ARB meeting when the person came in and addressed to this first voting meeting of council, but anyways.
Yeah, so the council involved in all this, the city had to vote, move the SUP or ask that you change that.
Yeah.
He wants to just.
The SUP expired.
He has, it's expired.
Yes.
So
It's already-
Not acted upon within,
year, right, 18 months.
is it 18? I've forgotten now, but
So
it's a pretty short time frame.
okay.
But Kevin Quick had asked about that, yes. And so I provided an email back to him saying, that it was SUP had expired and that there was nothing that would hinder the transaction, the real estate transaction that he was trying to accomplish.
I'd like to do a pasta or get a citizen, because somebody invested in town. I'm gonna have that in 3 years.
She's very,
Imagine people.
she's very delightful too, I think she would get involved, so I've been in contact.
So I would like to move that the council approves the CLOA as recommended today by me.
Second that.
second, any discussion? That's the, call the roll.
Yes, sir. Molly Angevine,
Yes.
Alex Bissett,
Yes.
Dan Gritsko,
Yeah.
Bill Heisen, Walter Townsend,
Yeah.
Roger Whitley. Thank you.
So, then like halfway through rewriting what I think is a appropriate fix for this, so we don't have to do this every week. I'm gonna send that off to Jim, once I get something that I think is agreeable and have him do his thing to it. And then send it, I'll bring it back hopefully at the next meeting, or next work session. For you guys, and then I don't know if wrapping, I think keeping these two separate makes sense, but if you disagree, let me know. I would like a notification clause put into our COA. Roger brought up. Just letting the property owners around your modification, just notifying them and then providing proof of notification. I don't think it makes sense to add that onto the code change I'm talking about. So maybe just do that as a separate vote, should move those different things going in as far as that.
I can work on something like that and present it at the work session and you all can tweak it and see if that's what you want.
Let me say something about it. Maybe a little bit, one is, about not minor, but, you know, to kind of hike, so if you get a chance to go out swing back, you can take a walk and when you're there, you know, it's not really finished, but there's feedback, you know, get eyes on it, if there's some things that you feel like need to be improved upon or better, let us personally know, and, you know, we got some volunteers who will work on that. And the other thing is, we want volunteers to work on Canal Station Square, and we started working on that the last couple of weeks, and if anybody's interested in doing that, we're gonna try to have a volunteer day to do some of that, hopefully this winter, or definitely by next spring, paint some of the boats, to fix the displays, and just, you know, to seal what we can, to get it ready for next year. We got, and also seal we got some new hogsheads and like that we're gonna get, we have some money, we have some donations for that, but if anybody's interested in working out, I'll, and if we do get a date, I'll let everybody know, but we've got some plans to get that, to be good for next year.
Mr. Tyson, I was curious about, that I was talking to, Nicola. She had been the one to put the native plants in one of the sidewalk places where, you know, to put. She was saying it wasn't that she didn't see it, it was overgrown and maybe kind of some of it chopped off or whatever, just was curious if that was something you wanted to continue to do.
Well, I'm talking to George, who's his brother-in-law, he doesn't like the idea of weeds there, he likes to have bushes there, and have that all mowed down. It's, you know, it's kind of,
Right.
it's kind of a, I guess,
Well, I think it looked amazing before that.
yeah, but it takes some work.
There was
thought.
no maintenance, yeah.
Maintenance is the problem now, and it's been neglected for years. and-
Well, it needs to be somebody, I mean, we can't pile more work on maintenance.
Yeah, that's what we're.
So-
Cheers.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think if you wanted to contact her, she might be a good resource with what you might need or want there.
She knows what about weeds, or not, but flowers and plants.
She's an environmental, she assesses landscape and things like
Yeah.
that, so
Yeah.
you might want to think about contacting her. Her name is Nicola.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, well, I mean, we're looking at, now it's sort of, I guess that's part of it, I guess, that what's out front, but we're looking at mostly what's inside.
Oh, inside.
That might be something we looked at, and do about, you're good with that. Especially with, one of the things that came out too is in these flower boxes that have flowers in them instead of.
Yes.
vegetables.
Yep.
So maybe that farm,
Yeah.
do that vegetable room. But anyway, I think that the landscape is important. I really think it's important, but yeah, send us that, that her and she can contact her and speak.
She's just a good reference. If not, it's totally fine, but
Yeah.
I like the native plant idea just because we're encouraging our, you know, people here in the town to do the same.
We'll use the same meeting number and password
Thank you.
every time.
Look else.
Yeah.
I was gonna try to get on there.
Yeah, she, do you know, what's her husband's name? But anyway, they have to, Jamie,
Let's
Take the stairs to take it.
Are we done?
his name is Jamie. He works over, in Everett.
Oh, all right.
Anything else? No, sir.
No, And we'll now do this number. Get it forward. Together. Thumbs up. No further business, correct motion to adjourn.
So.
Second. Second. In favor? Aye. Now go.
Ask the question. The first one. Walter can't.
No, he was the second.
Oh. Come on.
Yeah.
It's good.
I don't know.
Thank you so much.
We'll get it going.
Great
Now
job.
it's gonna start. Yeah. Try to do it real quick.
Step up.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, hold on.
Siren. We're gonna have the siren.
You know, I just thought, we need to advertise
Almost.
for
I almost laughed.
a new person to take over for the farmer's market. Along with the,